Okay, so one of the things that's come up recently, I'm not sure if you've heard it. It was an interview that Shannon Sharpe, host of Club Shay Shay, the one who did the infamous Cat Williams
Hmm.
interview, recently had another ex-comedian. I wouldn't say ex-comedian. I think she's still a comedian, but she's also a serious actor as well, by the name of Monique.
Hmm.
Um, Now, Monique, over the last 10, 15 years, has had run-ins with big people in the media. So she's
Hmm.
had run-ins with Oprah, with Tyler Perry, D.L. Hughley, where she claims that work has been taken off of her because she's a person of character, speaks out on bullying behavior and stuff like that. Called out Oprah for taking some of the roles that she wanted in movies. Uh,
Hmm.
and, you know, when I was watching the interview, again, I'm basing it on body language.
Hmm.
To me, she came across as someone who is, um, has a very victim mentality. You know what I mean? Like, I have
Hmm.
not done anyone wrong. I'm the one who always gets done wrong. Um,
Hmm.
whilst, and even the way she was doing the interview, I felt she was at times even attacking, uh, Shannon Sharpe, but she was doing it in a way that she kind of made it funny. But she's a very aggressive person,
Hmm.
and I think she's you know rubbed people the wrong way in the industry to the point that she was blackballed,
Hmm.
and she wasn't getting any work for about 5 to 10 years or something like that. And then because of there was a lot of talk happening, I think she was doing a lot of interviews at the time. The whole ban on her kind of got lifted. Um, but she obviously still had a lot of things to say about D.L. Hughley, Oprah, Tyler Perry.
Hmm.
She feels that she was on I can't remember the name of the show that she mentioned. She was on a sitcom that ran for a few years. And she was saying towards the end, she was only getting, in the last year of the show, she was only getting $55,000 per episode, uh, as opposed to like it's a successful show. She expected to get more money, like I'm guessing
Hmm.
6 figures per episode. Um, and Yeah, just like, this sort of thing that she felt that she was owed a lot more money. She didn't get enough money. People don't like her because she's a truth teller, like Cat
Hmm.
Williams. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it just seems like one of those things. And the funny thing is, so that thing was released, I believe, yesterday. I think it was
Hmm.
the day before yesterday. I think that one was released, and D.L. Hughley went straight on Instagram and cleared his name. So he's done a post about, uh, you know how Monique is having digs at him and his family whilst using endearing words like, "Oh, he's like my brother. That's my brother," but she's saying
Hmm.
all these things about him. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. So he went on a bit of a spiel for about 5, 10 minutes, berating her and her name, and just also saying, you know, if you're in the industry, say yes to drugs, say no to Monique.
Oh, God.
So he went that far, and yeah, she just seems like someone who's, you know, there's allegations made by some people apparently about her husband, and his sexuality. So it's a very deep and convoluted sort of you know I guess the whole it's very messy, and I'll need to. I think there's going to be a lot of backlash, but just watching just from a person who doesn't know too much about her, she just came across as someone she came across as a difficult person to work with. Like
Mm.
if I'm an exec in Hollywood and I see this, I wouldn't be touching her with a 10-foot pole.
No,
I'd be
fair.
like, this is not worth the trouble. If I do anything wrong, she's gonna be doing my name like this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And she'll say,
It's
"Oh, Rohan, my brother, he was my brother, but then he did this to me. He didn't give me, but he paid somebody else, didn't pay
yeah.
me." Like, like that sort of thing. And she just, just the body language was just, I felt bad for Shannon. Like Shannon was, yeah, at some points of the interview, he didn't look comfortable at all. And he was
No.
thinking, why am I doing this to myself?
First I took on Cat, now I've got her. What
Well,
am I doing?
Yeah, exactly. Because some of the people that Kat was talking about, Shannon Sharpe is in good terms with them, and same thing with Monique. Some of the people that she was talking about, Shannon Sharpe has no issues with them. But it's just, I think he might have to do something to change the whole vibe around his show. You know what I mean? Like, I think. People are probably going to start seeing his show as it's a show for celebrities to come and rent. And
Sounds like the kind of mentality with the Markles, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, how they carry on. Um, so they're playing the perpetual victims,
yeah,
and
I
yet
would say there's a
so
similarity there.
callous about how
Yeah.
they deal with these people, and to the point where they bully, they cry bullies.
Yep. Pretty much. So I think this kind of falls in that category, and like it's just sad how at one in sort of in one way she's saying, oh, everyone in the black community we need to stay together. We shouldn't be attacking each other, but you're attacking.
Yeah, but you're attacking Oprah, you're attacking Tyler Perry.
Yeah, exactly. You're attacking those people, and you know, yeah, and it just doesn't make sense. She's attacking all these. There were a few comedians that she attacked while saying, "Oh, that's my sister, that's my brother, that's my."
Yeah,
You're not using words like that, but you are. It's just.
disingenuous.
Yeah, like you think it's not going to come across in a way that people are stupid, people are not going to see it, you know. Like I'm sure there's some truth to what she has said.
Mm,
However, like are you taking a step back and looking at yourself to see whether you are, what is your role? And I think at times it is very difficult for these people. And I was watching it with someone yesterday, and I was saying the same thing. Like there are people in this world who are number one very sensitive,
mhm,
and number two lack the ability to look inward,
mm,
and that's a bad combination.
yeah.
If you are extremely sensitive, right, and on top of that you have no way of self-regulating yourself because
Mm,
you're not prepared to actually look inward and actually see things for what they are. um, you're not going to be a happy person.
no.
I don't think she's a happy person. Like she's just, she's gotten an Oscar, and a lot of these comedians, a lot of these other actors that she was naming, they don't have Oscars.
Mm,
It just seems like someone who's not grateful for what she has achieved.
yep.
And Yeah, it's just she just wants more, more acknowledgement. You're the best, and she didn't get that, and I think that's she doesn't seem like a person at peace. And
Mm,
yeah, and her sort of reason behind it is I don't feel at peace because I've been wronged. When you've been wronged, how can you be at peace? So that's what she's running with. But um, like for example, she was saying, and Shannon made a good point there. She was saying that there was a role in a movie where the director said to her, "Okay, this is your role," and then later on he said, "Sorry, I've had to give this role to Oprah. You know, she has more star power.
mm,
That brings more eyes to the movie, so I'm going to go with Oprah on it." Um, and Shannon said, like, but how do you know? Like, because she was saying Oprah made the phone call and took the role away from me.
mm.
And he said maybe that was not the case.
Yeah.
Maybe the director made the choice that he wanted to go with Oprah. Could be because Oprah maybe interviewed a little bit better, maybe, but he didn't say that. But
Mm,
that's my opinion. Or the fact that she has a bigger pool. More
mm.
people go see a movie with Oprah in it than they will go see Monique. Monique got
Yeah.
lucky that the movie that she picked um, to do, where she played mother of Precious, the
Yeah.
girl um, who was sexually abused by, I believe, her stepfather in the movie.
Hmm.
I think, that movie became like I guess, I can't remember who was the director of that movie, but I think it was more like an independent movie that just took off because there was nothing like that people had ever
Hmm.
seen. And that just, so this could have been one of those things that maybe could have even, gotten lost in obscurity
Hmm.
in amongst all the other Hollywood movies that are coming out. But for some reason, that movie didn't get lost. In fact, it got pretty big. And I
Mm.
believe even the girl got an Oscar, Precious, the girl who played Precious, and Monique, who played her mother. They both got Oscars, I believe, for the movie. And
Mm.
um, and this was about 10, 15 years ago. This was a long time ago, actually. This is an old movie. Yeah, about 15, I would say 15 years ago, Precious. Um, but yeah, it seems like she squandered a great opportunity that she had after winning the Oscar. And I think either she let all of that get to her head, and scenarios got built in her head how she has been wronged. Um, but yeah, it's just, yeah, I think it's just people who are just extremely sensitive and are in the limelight, and on top of that, lack self-reflection. I think it's just
Mm.
terrible that it's just a big disaster just waiting to happen. And I'm not sure if she's going to suffer the same fate. But yeah, that's the latest on Club Shay Shay. It seems to have become an open door for people who want to go and vent.
Whinge.
If you're a celebrity and you want to vent about how you've been wronged, you got to
Yeah.
go to Shay Shay.
And if you want to throw everyone in the industry under the bus, that's the
And
place.
it's great for Club Shay Shay because all those people will now come to clear their name.
Yeah.
So silence continues, and they may name someone else.
Yeah.
That person will want to come in. So I think Club Shay Shay is on to something really good
Yeah. It's a great
from his
business
own
model.
show point of view. I think his show is going to see a lot of success. But yeah, that's the latest on Club Shay Shay, and no doubt there may be something from Tyler Perry, maybe from Oprah, as a response to some of the things that she has said. I'm sure Oprah will want to address some of the things that have been said. Maybe this may lead into a three-way conversation between all of them, because she's
Yeah.
wanting that. Because Monique was saying that she wants to sit down with Oprah, she wants to sit down with Tyler Perry, and go through what happened. Why did we have such a big fallout?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's to be seen. But yeah, that's the latest debacle from
Well, it actually reminds me with what
debacle.
you've just said about Joe Rogan with his podcast, because one of the things that he's um, been accused of is that when he'll interview and will always take the kind of bias of the person who's interviewing, regardless of what their thing is, and quite often we'll get one person on one month who's got this particular ideology, someone who's got and he'll kind of be agreeing with that, endorsing a lot of that. The next time he comes in, he'll be endorsing that.
Yeah, no, look, from what I've seen, I don't see Rogan doing that.
No, but that's what he's been accused of. And if
I think what
Club Shay Shay did the same thing,
I think
as what he's been accused of, I think that would be a great business model. You get one person in 1 week who's accuses someone else of doing something, get the next person in. I know I'm on your side, buddy. Tell me what this terrible person you had on last week did. Yeah.
Look, the thing is, with Cat Williams and with Monique, I didn't see him take sides.
No.
He didn't take sides. He heard the story. He said, okay, yep, if I'm in your place and this is what actually happened, yes, I'll be pissed off as well. That's all he said. He didn't say they're wrong, good on you, tell me more about him. He didn't do all that. He had his own questions he wanted to ask as well. Like, how did your comedy career start? How did your acting career start? Like, then he did manage to get into those questions later as well. And same with Joe. I think Joe is often accused of agreeing, but I think what he allows on his platform is varying opinions.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he's been accused
will allow
of that.
Even if he doesn't agree with it,
myself,
will allow you that room to speak, and whatnot. But yeah, that's the latest from Monique, and no doubt, I think there will be a lot more coming out because this is only something that happened 48 hours ago. So no doubt, a lot will be coming out in the coming days, and will give us something to talk about there as well.
Yeah. No, that sounds interesting. Watch this space, huh?
Yeah.